Welcome to One Guy, One Course, One Disc. We are here today at Shannon Memorial Disc Golf Course at Dundee Lake in Griffin, Georgia. This is a 6,611 foot par 57. You're going to play uphill 45 feet and downhill 152 feet. So that does mean a lot of the walks between holes are going to be uphill, but let's go take a look at this course. Hole 1 is a 310 foot par 3 that's heavily slanted towards the lake, so you need to be careful of skips and rollaways on this hole. These trees on the right will knock your disc down, which can potentially also lead to a rollaway. This tree here on the right is 306 feet from the tee pad. And once you finish hole number 1, you're going to find hole 2 straight ahead of you a little to the left. Hole 2 is a 292 foot par 3 that's going to go downhill 20 feet, and it crosses this river. It's 160 feet to clear the river, which shouldn't be too much of a problem unless you throw it too high or too much nose up. Then it could easily stall out and come back to the river. However, you should have no problems getting it over. And it's going to be 261 feet to the tree that's in front of the basket. And once you finish hole number 2, you're going to find hole 3 up the hill straight ahead of you. Hole 3 is a 334 foot par 3 that's going to go left to right. It's going to be about 195 feet before you want to start turning your disc to the right, and then it's only another 139 feet from there. This tree here in front of the basket is about 40 feet in front of it, so hopefully you can get close to this on your first shot and give you a chance for birdie. But once you finish hole number 3, hole 4 is going to be to your right. Hole 4 is a 289 foot par 3 that's going to go downhill 19 feet. We're going to cross back over this river. It's 218 feet to clear the river. And then this tree that looks like a V, it's going to be 260 feet to get to that. So hopefully you can get over and get yourself a possible birdie or an easy par. And once you finish hole number 4, hole 5 is going to be to your right, then up the hill. Hole 5 is a 344 foot par 3 that's going to have a slight left to right turn. That initial gap was 56 feet from the tee pad, and it was about 15 feet wide. It's going to be 162 feet to this tree here, which is uphill roughly 7 feet, and then it's just another 182 feet to the basket from there. But once you finish hole number 5, you're going to find hole number 6 to your right ahead of you. Hole 6 is a long par 3 coming in at 419 feet, but it does go downhill 26 feet for most of it. It's going to be 177 feet to get to this turn here, and then it's 229 feet to get to that tree line there on the right. There are gaps to the left of the straight initial gap. So if you want to play a little more aggressively and get a better chance for birdie, you will have to throw something that goes left to right then back left. But once you finish hole number 6, hole 7 is to your right. Hole 7 is a 315 foot par 3. You're going to go straight for about 250 feet, goes uphill 9 feet, and then it's going to hook to the right, going downhill 4 feet. But once you finish hole number 7, hole number 8 is going to be back behind you to your left. Hole 8 is the first par 4 here at Dundee Lake. It's a 514 feet. It's going to be 130 feet to get past these trees here on the right. And then it's going to be 356 feet from the tee pad to get to this tree that's kind of off to the left in the middle of the fairway. This whole hole plays up 25 feet, so it's probably going to play a little longer than the 514 feet of distance that it is. But once you finish hole number 8, you're going to find hole 9 straight ahead of you across the street. Hole 9 is the longest hole in this course, coming in at 755 feet. It is a par 4. It's going to go downhill 35 feet. It's going to be 328 feet to get to this first tree here. And then it's going to be 503 feet to get past this tree here on our left. But once you finish hole number 9, you're going to find hole 10 back and to your right. Hole 10 is a 290-foot par 3 that's going to go uphill 8 feet. It's 257 feet to get to the tree that is here right before the basket on the left. And once you finish hole number 10, you're going to find hole 11 to your right around the bushes. Hole 11 is a 258-foot par 3. It's going to be 217 feet to get to the mouth of this gap that we have to get through to get to the basket. But once you finish hole 11, hole 12 is going to be to your left down the hill. Hole 12 is a 434-foot par 3 that goes downhill 15 feet. The shot shape on this is a left to right to left shot. It's going to be 270 feet to get to this tree here that's on the left. And this is where you want to start to turn back to the left, but it's just a slight turn. Then it's another 164 feet to the basket from that tree. And once you finish hole number 12, you're going to find hole 13 behind you to the right. Hole 13 is a 335-foot par 3. It's going to go downhill 19 feet. It's going to be 226 feet to get to the gap, which is roughly 27 feet wide. Then from there, it's another 109 feet to the basket, but you are going to have to get through some guardian trees, so it's not going to be an easy hole to get a birdie on. But once you finish hole 13, you're going to find hole 14 ahead of you to the right. Hole 14 is a 512-foot par 4. It's going to be 110 feet to get to this tree here on our left. And then from here, it's just straight into this open field all the way to the basket. And once you finish hole number 14, you're going to find hole 15 back and to your left. Hole 15 is a 223-foot par 3. It's going to be 128 feet to get to this tree in front of us, and then it's 95 feet from there. This hole goes downhill 6 feet. Just be careful coming in too quick because it does slope down to the water. Once you finish hole 15, hole 16 is to our left. Hole 16 is a 333-foot par 3. It has water carry for about 210 feet, and then the trees just behind the water's edge are at 288 feet. There is a little marshy area between the water's edge and the trees, so if your discs land there, you might have some uncomfortable footing. But once you finish hole number 16, you're going to find hole 17 to your left. Hole 17 is a 320-foot par 3 that goes straight through this field. It's going to be 249 feet to get to the bush here on the left and 311 feet to get to the tree on the right. But once you finish hole 17, you'll find the tee pad for 18 around the bushes to the right. Hole 18 is a 365-foot par 3 with open space out to the right. So you're definitely going to want to throw something out wide and let it crash back into the left. The water comes into play, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem as it's a good bit from the basket. But once you finish hole 18, you'll find the parking lot to your left on the other side of the pavilion. Now that we've seen the course, let's take a look at today's disc. It is going to be the Latitude 64 River. It is a 7-7-1-1. So let's go see how it does here today at the Don Shannon Memorial Course. I'm back. Oh. No. Nope. Oh. No, come back, come back. Oh no! Stop! No! No! Dang it! Oh, Josh, come on. Get down. No, Josh, get it up. Get down. Well, here you have the river at Don Shannon Memorial Disc Golf Course at Dundee Lake in Griffin, Georgia. As far as the river goes, I would strongly recommend it. Put it in your bag. It's a great straight disc. It'll go far. My only caution is it is touchy. So until you learn kind of how it's gonna fly, there's gonna be some frustration with it, but once you learn it, it's gonna be a great disc to have. You'll be able to manipulate it. You'll get turn if you want turn, you'll get straight if you want straight. So I would definitely recommend the river. As far as the course goes, it's a great course. Definitely come out here, give it a try. Just know the terrain and cart friendliness are kind of the big factors in the score. That this course got a 7.2. There are 2 holes that cross a relief river for the lake. So it's very slippery, so if you're not careful you could wind up falling. You're gonna have to carry your cart across, so it's just not ideal. But all in all, it's a great course. There are some long holes, some very open holes. Pretty sure all the holes, the lines are very clear. You knew where to throw it, even if the basket was blind. It's very, even in the woods, you still have fairly open fairways, so it's a great course even for beginners. Definitely play for par, because some of the par 3s are very long if you don't have the arm for it. But come out here, give it a try. Until next time, off to the next course.